All right, let's dive in. Today, we are talking about the psychology behind that powerful, almost gut-level instinct to push back whenever you feel like you're being pushed. You know the feeling, right? Your friend is like, you have to watch this show, and suddenly it's the absolute last thing you want to do. Or you see a sign that says, wet paint, don't touch, and your fingers just start itching. It's that instant internal resistance, that little voice in your head that just screams, don't tell me what to do. So let's get into that. Where does that defiance come from? That almost automatic reaction? It's not just you being difficult, I promise. It turns out it's a really fundamental part of being human. Think about it for a second. It's that pushy salesperson who's insisting this is the only car for you. Or maybe it's that nagging comment from a family member about your life choices. Or any role that just feels a little too tight, a little too strict. In that moment, you feel this powerful surge of defiance. But here's the thing. This isn't just a random emotion. It is a specific, well-documented psychological phenomenon. So let's find out what's really going on inside our heads. Yeah, this feeling, it's not just a mood. It actually has a name. And there's some really fascinating science behind why it's such a powerful force in pretty much all of our lives. And here it is. The fancy scientific name for this feeling is psychological reactance. It was first identified way back in the 1960s, and it's not just about being annoyed. It's a motivational reaction. What that means is, when we feel like our freedom to choose is being threatened, our brain doesn't just get defensive, it gets actively motivated to go out and win that freedom back. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like this. It's a smoke detector, but for your personal autonomy. When someone tries to control you, or make a decision for you, or limit your options, this internal alarm just starts blaring, warning you that one of your core freedoms is under attack. So we've all got this built-in freedom alarm, but why is it so sensitive? What's really behind this intense, almost primal craving for control over our own lives? Well, if this sounds like you, the first thing to know is that it does not mean you're just stubborn or defiant for no reason. Reactance is actually a psychological defense mechanism. You should think of it as an evolutionary feature, not a bug. It's literally designed to protect our sense of self and our own personal agency. And these are the freedoms that reactance is built to defend. We're talking about the freedom to choose our own path, the freedom to act based on our own will, the freedom to form our own opinions, and ultimately, the freedom to feel like we are in the driver's seat of our own lives. These aren't just, nice to haves. They are absolutely fundamental to our sense of who we are. In this quote right here, it just nails it. The pushback isn't just about resisting something. It's an active, motivated effort to reclaim something we feel is being stripped away. Our mind instinctively fights to get that feeling of freedom back. Okay, so the theory is cool, but let's talk about the real world. Let's look at how this plays out all around us, every single day. Because once you learn to spot reactance, trust me, you are going to see it everywhere. So if you ever wanted a foolproof guide to making somebody dig in their heels and resist you with everything they've got, well, here it is. It's a guaranteed recipe for pushback. First, use words like you must or you have to. Second, give them zero options. Make it totally clear it's your way or the highway. And for the grand finale, just imply they're not smart enough to make the decision on their own. And man, the language we use makes all the difference. Look at this. On one side, you've got controlling language. Commands like, you must do this now, or judgments like, that's a terrible idea. That's the stuff that sets off the freedom alarm. But then look at the other side. You've got autonomy supportive language. It's collaborative, it offers choice, it invites partnership. Just shifting from you must to could you can completely change the dynamic of the whole conversation. And now we get to the best part. Because understanding reactance isn't just some cool piece of psychology trivia you can bring up at parties. It's a tool. It's like someone just handed you a key to unlock way better communication. So, look, if you take only one thing away from this entire explainer, please let it be this. Understanding reactance is a superpower. Seriously, whether you're a leader, a parent, a partner, a friend, just knowing how to avoid setting off someone's freedom alarm is the absolute foundation for persuasion, for collaboration, and for genuine connection. So here's how you use that key. Instead of ordering people around, offer choices, even if they're small ones. Instead of saying, because I said so, just explain the why behind what you're asking. And take a second to actually hear and acknowledge their point of view, even if you don't agree with it. And finally, use words like we, us, and together to make it feel like you're tackling the problem as a team. And really, that's the ultimate question, isn't it? In your next conversation, when you feel that urge to tell someone what to do, or when you feel that defiance rising up inside yourself, remember the freedom alarm. You have the key now. So, how are you going to use it to open doors instead of putting up more walls?